And he is not easy, I want to tell you. He's not the easiest guy to deal with, but that's what makes him great. That's what makes him great. Thank you very much, baby. Great job.
Kola kabod.
Mama,
Midaber kola kabod.
My tremendous appreciation for all of the nations of the Arab and Muslim world that came together to press Hamas to set the hostages free and to send them home. We had a lot of help. We had a lot of help from a lot of people that you wouldn't suspect. And I want to thank them very much for that. It's an incredible triumph for Israel and the world to have all of these nations working together as partners in peace. And it's pretty unusual for you to see that, but it happened in this case. This was a very unusual point in time, a brilliant point in time. Generations from now, this will be remembered as the moment that everything began to change, and change very much for the better. Like the USA right now, it will be the golden age of Israel and the golden age of the Middle East. It's going to work together. I'd like to thank several great American patriots for their invaluable help in getting something done that almost everyone thought was absolutely impossible. We were wasting our time. So many people said, "You're just wasting your time." But we weren't, because we had talented people working with us, and we had people that love your country, and frankly, people that love the region. They love the Middle East. I want to thank my friend Steve Witkoff.
Naging representative.
I'm not good at that.
Thank you, thank you.
You know, Steve was chosen by me. We never did this before, but I know him as a few things. He was a great businessman, but I know a lot of great businessmen, to be honest with you. He had tremendous negotiating skills. I know a lot of people that negotiate pretty well, although it is an art. But there are people that can negotiate pretty well. But most importantly with Steve, he's just a great guy. Everybody loves him. Everybody. I mean, I know some negotiators that are so good, but you wouldn't have had peace in the Middle East. It would be in World War III right now with some of these guys. Everybody loves Steve, and they respect him, and they somehow can relate to him. I've known him for many years, and I've seen it over and over again.
מי זאת?
להוציא גם את חבר הכנסת כסיף.
אה,
להוציא את חבר הכנסת כסיף מהאולם.
מה זה?
היום
אומייגאד, מי זאת?
היום נאכל.
כן.
מחר.
מי זאת? מי זאת? may nakapasok.
חברי הכנסת נמצאים מהעולם, חבר הכנסת עופר כסיף וחבר הכנסת איימן עודה.
Naku, Diyos ko, akala kong ano na.
הפריעו לנשיא.
Sorry for that, Mr. President.
Sorry for
בדיוק
that.
מה נאמר.
Na ano tuloy yung speech. Direct trap.
That was
אמא
very
שלה
efficient.
קוראים. עולה גריפות. אני אביא לך פרופייל. תומא. ואת, אני אביא לך. הנה, צריכה לבכות.
He's
May nang ano.
But I tell one story because he was so involved, and then we called in Jared. We need that brain on occasion. We got to get Jared in here. We got to get a certain group of people. But Steve started this all by himself. I call him Henry Kissinger, who doesn't leak. Okay? Henry is a big leaker. He leaked Steve doesn't like. Steve just wants to get the job done. He wants to do what's right. But I'll give you just a quick story because, as you know, he's
Ay,
working
ano
on
yung dati?
the war with Russia and Ukraine.
Nakiklaman.
A war that would have never happened. It's a shame. 7,000 young soldiers a week
Wow.
are being killed. More than that this
Ay,
last week.
grabe.
It's a shame. It never happened. But
Sheba,
it did
Elif,
happen, and
meet
we
him.
won the
Meet.
race. And
Naman
I took over this horrible war
Elif,
that's been
Elif.
raging, and I thought it would be easily settled. I thought it was a hell of a lot easier doing what we just did very successfully with
Yeah.
Israel and a lot of other
Ang
people.
daming namatay.
But this came first, and we'll get that one. But I set up a meeting for him to meet with President Putin, thinking it would be a 15 or a 20-minute meeting. Steve had no idea about Russia, had no idea about Putin too much, didn't know too much about politics, wasn't that interested. He was really good at real estate, but he had that quality that I was looking for, and I didn't see it around in too many ways. And I set up the meeting with Putin, and I called. I said, is Steve finished yet? That was about a half an hour into the meeting. No, sir, he's not. He's still inside. This is in Moscow. I said, well, how's he doing? I don't know, sir. He's still inside. I called up an hour later. Let me speak to Steve. Sir, he's still with Putin. He's with President Putin. I said, wow, that's a long meeting. 1 hour. I called up an hour later. He's still with Putin. 3 hours later, he's still with Putin. 4 hours later, he started to give the word that he was going to be coming out soon. And in 5 hours, he came out.
Kami siya,
I said, what the hell were you
Makalis
talking
sa
about
adult
for
eh.
5 hours? This is just a lot of interesting things. We're talking about a lot of interesting things, including what he went in there for, but you can't talk about it for 5
Kami
minutes.
siya,
Talk
mi
about it for a
dabi.
certain period of
Oh,
time,
Ama.
and you know what you're getting. But that's a talent.
Okay.
That's a talent.
Some
We
men,
should do
they
that.
don't
Most
move
people
on.
would send in, number one, they wouldn't be accepted.
You will-
Number
you
two,
will
they
lie,
wouldn't
then you
work.
can,
The meeting would
Kasi
last
luksan sila.
5 minutes, and that's what happens with Steve.
Well-
Everybody loves him. They love him on this
Ang
side. They
haba
love
na,
him on the
tika
other
nga.
side.
Bye.
And he really
Putulin
is
ko na
a
to.
great negotiator because